Now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not.
Is to hold the Greenland territory for national protection. We need Greenland for national protection. They have a very small population.
Imagine a frozen land with more importance than gold, a place that sits between continents, controls future shipping lanes, and holds critical minerals that could shape the next century. That place is Greenland. Today, we're going to explore one of the most surprising geopolitical stories of our time, why the world's biggest powers, America, Russia, and China, are all paying attention to Greenland. What is Greenland? Show a map and visuals of ice, mountains, and the Arctic. Greenland is the world's largest island and is mostly covered in ice. Officially, it's an autonomous territory of Denmark, but it has its own local government. It has a small population, around 60,000 people, mostly Inuit living in towns along the coast. But don't let the size fool you. What's under and around this island is what the world is really interested in. Greenland's strategic location, cut to graphics of the Arctic Circle and strategic map lines. Here's the big reason. Greenland sits at the crossroads between North America, Europe, and the Arctic. Its geographic position gives it enormous importance for global military and economic strategy. Guyuk Gap. This narrow sea route, the Greenland-Iceland-UK Gap, is a major passage connecting the Atlantic Ocean with the Arctic. Control of this region means monitoring or managing naval and submarine movement between oceans, especially for the countries with strong military forces like Russia and America. Military access and sensors. The U.S. already operates military infrastructure in Greenland, including early warning radar stations that detect incoming missiles long before they reach American soil. This gives the U.S. a strategic defense advantage against threats from Russia or even China in potential future conflicts. Melting ice equals new shipping routes switch to climate visuals of melting ice and ships crossing Arctic waters. Climate change is turning Greenland's surroundings into liquid highways. As ice melts, new Arctic sea routes, emerge routes like the Northern Sea Route, north of Russia, are becoming more usable. These paths can cut travel time between Asia, Europe, and North America, saving millions in transportation costs. For China, the world's largest trading economy, this is huge. Faster shipping means cheaper goods and a powerful strategic network called the Polar Silk Road. Russia also benefits because it controls many northern ports and icebreaker fleets that keep these routes usable year-round. Natural resources shift to visuals of minerals and underground graphics. Under Greenland's ice lies a treasure trove of valuable natural resources, including rare earth elements, critical for electric vehicles, smartphones, defense tech, and renewable energy systems, uranium, zinc, iron, copper, and more. These are essential in modern industries and clean energy tech. According to a survey, Greenland has many of the 34 minerals the European Union calls critical raw materials. Why this matters? China currently dominates rare earth processing, around 60 to 70% of the global output, giving it enormous leverage over tech industries. If the United States or other countries gain access to Greenland's minerals, it could reduce dependence on China and boost economic security. This makes mineral access both an economic race and a geopolitical one. U.S. interests, visual of U.S. military bases, and historical timeline. Cold War to 2026. The United States' interest in Greenland isn't brand new. It goes back decades. Cold War legacy. After World War II, the U.S. offered to buy Greenland from Denmark for strategic defense against the Soviet Union, but Denmark refused. Instead, the U.S. established military bases and radar installations under agreements. Modern renewed interest. In recent years, leaders like Donald Trump publicly floated the idea of purchasing Greenland again, even implying military force, if necessary, to prevent Russia and China from gaining influence there. Key U.S. interests: defense and early warning systems against missile attacks, securing Arctic access, building resilience against Russia and China, influence, diversifying supply of critical minerals. Russia's perspective show Russian Arctic icebreakers, naval bases, and Northern Fleet maps. Russia already has a huge Arctic presence. It maintains advanced military bases and fleets in northern Russia. Russia does not openly claim it wants to invade Greenland, but indirect interests. It wants to keep influence in the Arctic and monitor naval movements through strategic waterways. A powerful presence near Greenland could limit NATO and American influence in future Arctic developments. Russia also benefits from Arctic shipping routes and its investment in ice-breaking capabilities. China's strategy insert graphics of the Polar Silk Road and trade paths. China's interest is less about military bases and more about economic influence. Polar Silk Road, a strategic network of Arctic trade routes, part of China's larger Belt and Road Initiative, to shorten transport and expand global commerce. Minerals and Investment China has invested in Arctic research and has tried to secure mining and infrastructure projects in Greenland. Although many projects were blocked due to security concerns, China remains focused on resource access and industrial presence. China is trying to get a foothold not just for minerals, but for future trade and influence in a rapidly changing world. Greenland's people and sovereignty show life in Nuuk and local perspectives. Let's pause and remember, Greenland isn't empty land. It's home to people who have a voice. Greenlanders have increasing aspirations for independence from Denmark. Many locals are cautious about foreign powers exploiting their resources. Danish and Greenlandic leaders have pushed back on U.S. attempts to gain control, emphasizing respect for sovereignty and local decision-making. So, what's really at stake? Why the global powers care? America: security, defense, and preventing rival influence. Russia: Arctic dominance and strategic balance. China: trade routes, rare minerals, and economic expansion. All three want to secure influence, power, resources, and future advantage in the Arctic. Greenland isn't big by population, but its strategic value is enormous. In a world where climate change opens new frontiers and great powers compete for dominance, Greenland stands at the center of tomorrow's geopolitical map. Understanding this helps us see how global politics works and why even frozen ice can be hotter than any battlefield. Thanks for watching. If you want more deep dives like this, subscribe and comment what topic you want next.